you for coming on at such short notice. Mr. Pang is not in school. I'm in another school now. And I'm in the library, so I need to be really quiet, okay? So please adjust your volumes and increase the volume of your earpiece so you can hear me more clearly. I'm looking at the practice paper issued to all of you before you were dismissed on Friday, okay? So this is the paper I'm looking at. I will be starting with the first section here. Can all of you see the paper on your screens? Okay, awesome. Now, today I'm going to be talking about how we can identify contextual clues in both our MCQ for grammar as well as for vocabulary. I will start with vocabulary. Actually, that's not the order of your exam paper, right? Your exam paper starts with grammar, but I'm going to start with vocabulary because it's generally the more difficult section. Okay, so I'm going to start here and let's take a look. So how do I know it's vocabulary? On top here, it should tell you. Now, if you see the word vocabulary, you know that you need to choose the correct word and you are dealing with meanings of words, right? Meanings of words. And these meanings are often very similar. Okay, so how you differentiate between words of similar meanings will be how successful you are at completing questions for vocabulary. Okay, do you all understand what I'm saying so far? Can you hear me? Can you give me a thumbs up if my volume is okay and my speed is okay? Awesome. That's great. Let's continue, okay? So let's take a look at the first question, right? So the context of this question is Jay is talking to the manager of the restaurant. Let's go ahead and highlight that, okay? And he has just been served a dish that is undercooked, okay? So I'm going to scribe here that undercooked is a bad thing, right? Do you all agree with me, right? If your food is undercooked, then what are some of the problems that may accompany undercooked food? Anyone? Very quickly. Yes, Josiah, go ahead.
Food poisoning.
Yeah, right. So this could lead to food poisoning. So I'm not going to scribe this in the exam. So I'm just going to write this here for all your reference. Follow along with me as well, okay? So yeah, so this is not a good thing, right? Food poisoning is not a good thing. So therefore, what is Jay's response? What will he do in response to something bad, the undercooked food that has just been done to him? Responded, complained, commented, or recommended. Now, you notice, I can immediately eliminate recommended, right? Correct? Because if something is bad, recommended what? So I'll cross it out. Okay. Now, what about commented? Commented is also going to be out, right? Because commented is neutral. Okay. This is positive. This is neutral. And responded is also neutral. It's neither good nor bad, right? So I want something that's bad. And the only option that's bad is option number. Show me with your fingers, which is the correct answer. Yes, that's right. Awesome. Okay. So that's the correct answer. Okay. So please go ahead and scribe that in. Okay. That's how we do it. This is called the process of elimination. Okay. So this is one way using the contextual clues can help us to arrive at the answer by elimination. Elimination means I remove all the answers that don't make any sense. In this case, I eliminate all the positive and neutral answers, right? And I'm left with the only negative answer, which makes sense, which is complained. Okay, do you all understand? So one principle of contextual clues, how do we use it, is to use it to eliminate answers which are not suitable. Okay, thumbs up if you're ready for the next question. Awesome, let's go. Right, so question number 2. An earthquake. So let's highlight the word earthquake. An earthquake is a natural what? An earthquake is a natural what? Chloe? A natural?
Natural disaster.
Very good. Thank you. All right. So now there is a special word for someone who survives a natural disaster. Okay. There is a special word for someone who survives a natural disaster. And the clue is actually in the word I've just used, right? So are you a refugee from a natural disaster? No. A refugee is used for what? What is used? A refugee suffers from a what? Yes, Josiah, go ahead.
A refugee has they run away from their country to the neighboring country.
No, so I'm asking you, why are they running away from the country? What causes them to run away?
Disasters.
No, I just said that it's not because of disasters, right? So refugee is not the answer. What causes people to run from their countries? And the word used here is refugee. So what are refugees usually running from? Not natural disasters. Anyone knows? It was in the news lately, right? Anyone? Let's see. Okay, Asha, go ahead.
War.
Very good. Now, when you see the word refugee, it is usually about war. Now, is war a natural disaster? No, it's man-made, right? Okay, it's human beings fighting other human beings, right? Even animals don't cause wars, only humans do, right? Okay, so a refugee is a person who's running from a war. So it can't be a refugee. It can't be a lifeguard, because a lifeguard is someone who works at a swimming pool, right? It can't be an instructor. Again, I'm using the process of elimination here by looking at the earthquake, right? So the earthquake helps me to eliminate all the other answers. So I'm only left with the only possible answer, which I already used just now, the word survives. Did you hear me use the word survives? Yeah? Okay, so that was a clue, right? So someone who survives a natural disaster is called a survivor. Someone who survives a war is called a refugee. Do you all get it? Okay, so there are different names for different things that people survive. Okay, so let's move on to the next question, right? Am I going too fast? Are you all able to catch up? Okay, awesome. Very good. You're doing well. Okay, let's go to question number 3. Okay, so again, I'm still using the process of elimination, right? The principle of removing answers that don't fit, right? So it's quite a powerful principle, okay? That helps us to get the answers all the time. Okay, so the survival of leatherback turtles, okay, is threatened. Okay, threatened. Okay, can someone tell me like what's the meaning of survival is threatened? Can anyone tell me what that means? Like, what does it mean? It means that they are what? Rochelle, what do you think? It means that they are?
It means that they are. It means that like they are feeling scared for some reason.
I wouldn't say it's like they're feeling scared. When you say that, you know, someone's survival or this whole species survival is being threatened, then what are they in danger of? What are they in danger of? There's a danger, right? What is that danger? Caitlin?
Extinction.
Very good. Thank you very much. Exactly what I was looking for. Okay, I think Josiah also had the same answer, right? Okay, so extinction, right? So what causes the extinction of species like leatherback turtles in the wild? It's humans, right? So humans. Okay, so what do humans do that cause these animals to die out? Which of this word has something to do with humans doing something that causes natural species to die? Is it pollution, pandemic, program, or progression? Which one do you think it is? Okay. So let's say I don't know the meanings of some of these words. Yafia, go ahead.
Pollution.
Okay, so the answer is actually pollution, right? Why is it pollution? Because pollution is man-made, okay? And that fits with the humans, right? And then it destroys habitats, right? So does pollution, you know, like water pollution, right? Like trash in the water, does it destroy the habitats of the turtles? It does, right? So this kind of has to do with like trash and, you know, rubbish being dumped into the seas. So in this case, I'm not using the principle of elimination anymore. I'm using the principle of best fit, right? So which word best fits all the clues? Okay, so principle 1 was to eliminate. That means I remove all the bad answers. Principle 2 is to find the answer that fits the best. In this case, the answer that fits the best is pollution. The others can't fit for various reasons. Pandemic, you all know what's pandemic, right? What's the latest pandemic that we just suffered through? Everybody? Anyone? Yeah. Yafia, go.
COVID-19.
Yeah, so COVID, right? So obviously COVID is not going to be responsible for turtles dying, right? Because turtles aren't even humans. So it can't be pandemic lah, okay? Program is kind of like what you watch on TV. And progression is kind of like, you know, just progressing on lah. So none of these words fit The best fit has to be pollution. Do you all get it? Okay, so when you highlight the clues, right, you can either use the clues to eliminate or you can use the clues to find best fit. Okay, everybody? So these two principles alone can help you to solve 95% of your questions in MCQ already. And it will help you to get as close to a perfect score as you can. But you must apply them, okay? So first, identify the keywords like I did, like survival, threaten, humans, and then apply the principles of elimination or best fit. Okay, everybody? So far, so good? Everybody okay? Right, I'll go a bit faster for the other questions now because these are the two principles I wanted you to be equipped with. The rest is just application. Okay, right? Shall we go a little faster for the other questions now? Awesome, that's good. I see a lot of thumbs up. Okay, question 4. Can you help me to identify what keywords I should highlight for question 4? Maybe Alpheus, can you contribute one keyword that you think is very important for us to highlight?
Disagreement.
Very good. I totally agree. Disagreement. Okay. So what other keywords do you think might be important for me to highlight besides disagreement? I agree with Alpheus. That's a good first word. Anything else? Josiah, go.
Was finally.
Yes, very good. So this tells me that something is about to be settled, right? Something is about to be solved, right? Okay, so again, here, if I have a problem that is solved, okay, so a disagreement is finally, which word do you think, given the clue I've just spotted, is the correct answer, Keen? What do you think? Which one's the correct answer?
Number 3.
I agree. And I think, Keen, you also noticed that I used the word solved here, right? Can you see? Right, all of you, can you see the word solve that I wrote here? So I solved this disagreement. So this is the word that most closely resembles something that I would say in order to settle a disagreement or an argument, right? So this word most closely matches what I would use to tell you that something has been settled. So best fit, okay? Again, if I want to use elimination, I can also use elimination. But in this case, best fit is faster. Can you see? I just find the correct answer rather than eliminate 3 wrong answers, which might take a little longer. Okay, so this has to do sometimes with how much time you have. The faster you can finish a question, the more time you have for the others. Okay, so try to use the correct principle when you solve your questions. Excellent. Okay, question number 5. The what cars were recalled by the car company for fixing as they were not safe for people? So which one is the most important thing I need to highlight? Which word or phrase should I highlight in this question, number 5? Let's see. Adele, would you like to try? Which word do you think is most, or which phrase is most important?
People to drive.
No, I disagree. Thank you for trying though. Anybody? Keen, since you are late to join, come, tell us.
Not safe for people to drive.
Not safe, right? Yeah, I think that's the main thing. Not safe, right? Okay, so not safe means what? Not safe means what? Not safe means
Faulty.
Josiah?
Dangerous.
Very good, thank you. So the opposite of safe is dangerous. In other words, right? The what cars are dangerous. So what cars would be dangerous to drive? Is it filthy? If a car is dirty, is it dangerous to drive? No, right? So I can cancel it. Fussy cars? Can cars be fussy? No, that totally makes no sense. If a fancy car, can a fancy car be dangerous? No. So again here, what principle am I using to get the correct answer? Rochelle, what principle am I using?
Elimination.
Perfect. Okay. So I could also use best fit, but it's faster to use elimination here. Can y'all see? Because I can immediately fit the words next to the word cars, right? And these are all adjectives because they're describing a noun, cars. Okay. So I can fit the adjectives and I can immediately eliminate them. They're faster to eliminate than to find best fit. Okay, so in this case, easier to eliminate. Are you all getting the hang of it, everybody? So if you go through your questions like this, I can virtually guarantee you that you won't make a careless mistake. You can't, because the process will guarantee the result. You get what I mean? The process guarantees the result. But if you don't follow a process, you can slip and you can lose certain things and lose sight of certain things, okay? Right, let's look at question 6. What do you think is the keyword for question 6? Anybody wants to try this? Question 6. Take a look at this. What's the keyword here? There's more than one, actually. What do you all think? Okay, keen, again, go.
Walked past without helping him.
Okay, very good. Walked past without helping him. So if you walk past someone without helping them, is this a good or bad thing? Yeah, right. You put your thumbs down, right? So let's put a little note here to say that this is a negative. So I want to cancel out anything that is not negative. Okay. Okay. Do you know why I cancel all these words out? Okay. What is inactive? Inactive is someone who's not fit, right? Not active, right? So it doesn't make sense. Incidental means like accidental. Is this accidental? When you walk past a person and you don't help him, is that accidental? No, doesn't make sense. Inefficient, that means not very efficient, not very effective. Is it got anything to do with effectiveness or efficiency? Nothing. So the only possible answer is, so again, I use elimination for both of these questions. Notice how powerful principle of elimination can be when it is used correctly, and you are certain that the answer is correct, because it can't be any other answer, okay? All good so far, everybody? Excellent. I can only be with you for another couple of minutes, okay? So let's try to make the most of it, okay? Can I scroll up to the next question? Thumbs up if you're ready. Okay, am I going too fast? No? Okay, you're all doing well. Thank you so much. Okay, now let's go to grammar. I'll just cover a few grammars and then we'll stop, okay? Just a few grammar items. So again, if you're not sure, the top will tell you. And in the case of grammar, grammar is not about suitable words anymore. Grammar is about the rules of the language. Okay? And rules of language in English, there are two main rules that Mr. Pang has taught you to never forget, right? What is the one big rule? What rule? I'm always talking about this rule, right? It begins with the letter S. What is the rule that I always, always, always remind you to memorize? Josiah?
Subject verb agreement.
Yep. And you will see this come up a lot in many of the grammar questions, okay? And the other one, which I don't say so much of, but occurs a lot, right, is tense, okay? And you notice that both of these rules have to do with verbs, right? Why? Because a verb is at the heart of every sentence in English, right? A sentence can lose anything, but it cannot lose its verb. The verb is the most important part of any sentence. Remember Mr. Pang taught you this in primary 3, right? The shortest sentence is a verb, right? Stand, walk, sit, jump. These are commands, right? So the shortest sentence is one verb, which means the verb is the one thing you cannot afford to ignore, okay? So you must always pay attention to the verb and you must always look at its tense and its agreement, okay? So I want you to highlight agreement and tense. Both have to do with verbs, okay? Verbs must agree with subjects and verbs must carry the correct tense, okay? And most of the questions in English at your level will be testing you on these two main subjects, okay? So let's take a look at the first one. Question 7, the young boy who was waiting for his mother to come home from work sat at the front door. Okay, so sat at the front door, okay, a long time, right? So I'm highlighting this because this is the clue that helps me to narrow down the correct answer. This is going to be a preposition, right? Okay, and when I talk about time, like for example, 2 hours, right? 3 days, okay? What is the preposition that I always use to describe time? 2 hours, 3 days, 5 minutes. Okay. Yafia?
4.
4, very good. Okay. So you must always remember there are certain prepositions that describe certain things. And in this case, most of the time, 4 is used to describe the duration of something. He was late for work. He was waiting for 5 hours. They were stranded on the island for 10 days. 4. Can you all hear the duration of 4? Okay, so 4. In is always location. By is always reason. Okay. On is usually a specific day or place. Okay. He arranged to meet me on Monday, right? And I saw him climbing on the plane. Okay. So it could be a place or a day. On is quite versatile. And of course, 4 is for time. Okay. Excellent. Okay, I think I have time for one more question. Okay. I did say about 10, but I think I'll have to stop at 8. So very quickly, let's look at the last question. Many buildings. Okay. Last year. Now, why do I highlight these 2 clues? Simply because this is my subject. And this is my tense. Now, if I see the word last year, what tense am I looking at? Anyone? Ishan?
Past tense.
Very good. So I'm looking at past tense. Okay. So I'm looking at something in the past tense. And then why did I write the word subject here? Because obviously this is going to be a verb. And subject-verb agreement rule, can someone tell me if this is one or many? Is the subject one or many? Shalina, is it one or many?
One.
Are you sure, Shalina? I mean, it's right here, you know. Can you read what this word says, Shalina?
Many.
So how can many be one? How can many be one? Okay, so Shalina is incorrect. Huh? The subject is many. Many buildings, right? Many. So can anyone tell me what's the subject-verb agreement rule for a subject with many? Can you all remember? Anyone? Rochelle, go ahead.
Many, no S.
No S, right? So this one got S, cannot. This one's got S, cannot. Can you see the S here? Can you see the S here? Right? So it cannot be is and it cannot be was, right? Because it ends with an S. No. Now, between are and were, which one should it be and why? And we'll end here. Kaden, which one should it be? Kaden, I can't hear you.
Were.
Okay, were. Why is it were?
It was past tense.
Past tense, right? So this is past tense. Very good. Because of last year. So can you all see, everybody? By using the different clues, I can literally focus my answer down to only one. And that is the correct answer. Are y'all okay with this? So I want to see this same process repeated for all your MCQ questions. Okay? Can you go ahead and finish up the rest of this practice paper? My next Zoom session with you, I like to do the synthesis and comprehension section, and I'll have a lot more time then. Okay, everybody? But I just wanted to set all MCQ questions and all questions in your paper should be annotated and contextual clue identified like this, like what I'm showing you, okay? So please use this as a benchmark and a reference and do the rest with all the contextual clues. And I guarantee you with that level of care, you will not make many careless mistakes and you will be in a very strong position indeed. Okay, everybody? Thank you so much for your time. I will let you all know when the next session is. Okay? Thank you. I'll see you all. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Thanks again.